Here I come.
Oh.
Here I come.
Oh.
So, you saw that, right? Buster Keaton, Lloyd, and right next to them, Charlie Chaplin. A Minions movie just brought back 3 silent film legends. People online completely lost it. Reddit started analyzing the designs in detail. TikTok split in half. Some people recognized them instantly. Others had no idea who Buster Keaton was, and suddenly found themselves 2 hours deep in a silent cinema rabbit hole. In this video, I'm going to do something the trailer doesn't give us time to do. I took these 3 animated characters, rebuilt them as rotating 3D models, and looked at them from every angle. But first, we need to talk about why this scene exists at all, and why it might be the strangest way a new generation discovers silent cinema. The film is called Minions and Monsters, and its world premiere is scheduled for July 1st, 2026 in the US. It's set in Hollywood in the 1920s, where the Minions arrive, try to become movie stars, lose everything, and then accidentally release monsters into the world. That setting is not a small detail. Hollywood in the 1920s was silent comedy. That was the golden age of Charlie Chaplin, Lloyd, and Buster Keaton. 3 performers who didn't just make people laugh. They built the visual grammar of movie comedy from scratch. And why is this important here? The thing is, the Minions have always spoken the same language as silent comedy. They don't need long dialogue scenes. Their humor runs on movement, panic, rhythm, physical chaos. Tiny bodies surviving situations they usually cause themselves. It's no surprise that people are commenting that the creators of the cartoon drew inspiration from the legends of silent cinema. Now let's move on to the most fascinating part, their visual style. People online absolutely loved the way Buster Keaton was portrayed in this trailer. But first, let's take a look at the legend Lloyd, right behind Buster Keaton. From comments like these, you can see just how happy people are to see him too, and even seem a bit surprised. Probably because Lloyd is often the third name. Lloyd was one of the biggest movie stars of his era, and his image, hanging from the face of a clock, dangling above the street in Safety Last, is still one of the most recognizable shots in cinema history. His animated design here reflects something true about him. He looks more normal than the other 2, more like a regular guy. That was always Lloyd's appeal. He wasn't a tramp, he wasn't a stone face. He was the optimistic everyday man who somehow ended up in physically impossible situations and kept going anyway. Now finally, to the 3D model. 3-piece suit, dark gray, pocket watch chain, wine red tie. He's dressed like a man who had a very organized morning, and then everything went wrong immediately after. The round glasses do most of the work. The moment you see them, you know exactly who this is. And the hat? A straw boater, flat-brimmed, sitting slightly too properly on his head. Which makes sense, because in the trailer, the first thing he does when he sees the train is grab it with one hand. Just a regular, good-looking guy, which is exactly the trap Lloyd always set. If you liked Lloyd's visual style, what do you think of Charlie Chaplin? Chaplin's appearance here is worth pausing on, because it's smarter than it first seems. His character is directly inspired by the 1936 film Modern Times. Is Chaplin's film about industrial labor in the modern world eating a man alive. His character gets so absorbed by the repetitive motion of tightening bolts that his body keeps doing it even after he leaves the factory. He can't stop. And in the trailer, he's holding 2 giant wrenches crossed above his head, eyes absolutely blown open, trying to stop a train by using the tools to signal stop. Let's move on to the crowd favorite, meet Buster Keaton. The design and visual style of his character are simply amazing. Just look at the immediate reaction from the commentators, highlighting Buster Keaton's trademark comedy. There is a speeding train heading straight at everyone. Everyone's face says something, but not Keaton's. Buster stands there with his arms pushed forward, hands splayed, as if he is trying to stop disaster without emotionally participating in it. The great stone face indeed. Then the thread basically turned into a casting session for Keaton's face. One person said he was looking kinda Cillian Murphy-esque. Another one wrote that he looks like Tim Burton's Corpse Bride groom. Do you agree with that? Someone even joked that he looks as if he has superpowers. Here you can see a 3D model of his character, so you can have a closer look at it. And there's one thought that just won't leave me alone. Just imagine what a brilliant cartoon we could get about Buster Keaton and his crazy stunts. I don't know about you, but I'd definitely watch that. So, all three characters got their specific energy right. As one commenter put it, they got the attitude of all the characters right. Everyone saying stop in a perfectly appropriate way. By the way, have a look. I found these comments absolutely hilarious. Just think about how many likes this comment has got. I can assure you, there are far more of us than you think. But yes, this really is a big win. I feel this is a victory all the more so because a new generation will learn about these three legends, thanks to their parents, who will take them to the cinema. Right? Now, to be honest, we don't actually know how much of the final film these three are in. It might be exactly what we see in the trailer, a flash of recognition, and that's it. But I really hope it isn't. Let's see.